Yeah, Kristen, give me a second. I'm sorry. I got to record this dumb fucking thing for this podcast. Hey, I got like 2 seconds. Metal Gear Mondays, Patreon. That's the new shit. Check it out. Facebook, Metal Gear Mondays. Twitter, Metal Gear Monday. SoundCloud, whatever. Yeah, I'm coming. All right. Yeah, listen, love it. And tell me that you like it. Check out the show. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Metal Gear Mondays. My name is Alessio Summerfield, and this week I am joined by Sam Wright.
Hello.
And Isaac Lim.
That's me.
Cameron Hill cannot be with us this week.
He's off being a fuckboy somewhere.
Yeah, as always. We love Cameron to death, and hopefully he will be joining us on our next episode. However, it is just the three of us. And we are covering the first portion of our Metal Gear Solid 2 season.
Bum, bum, ba-da-dum.
Bum, bum, bum. Yep. And then Hideo Kojima kicks my fucking office door in and just like scoops me up and takes me away to Neverland.
That's not even the fail song in this one. It's like that.
Oh yeah,
little light sound and things.
That's true. All right, so let's get into it a little bit. So, Isaac, can you tell me what we're talking about this week? I'm just all about putting people on the spot, man. I'm on it,
dude. Like,
I know Sam knows what we're talking about.
The primaries that happened today or yesterday.
Isaac, why'd you have to date the podcast? Now people know exactly when we were recording.
Shoot. All right, off the record. Oh. Hey guys, we're gonna be talking about Metal Gear. See, this is what happens when you make me talk.
This is going great.
So, Sam, what are we talking about this week?
We're going to be talking about Metal Gear Solid 2, more specifically the tanker portion of Metal Gear Solid 2.
The Hudson River, 2 years ago.
Very nice.
Because, as people may or may not know, Metal Gear Solid 2 is divided into two parts, the tanker chapter and the plant chapter, one being significantly longer than the other.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not an even split by any stretch of the imagination.
But the tanker part serves as an introduction to the new mechanics and kind of the new way of doing things for the game.
Yeah, it's a little intense. Before we jump into the meat of everything, I'm going to do my obligatory things about what we're doing. So let's go through some generalities. So as you may know, Metal Gear Solid 2, by the title, is a direct sequel to Metal Gear Solid. It was released November 12th, 2001, and it was developed by Konami Computer Entertainment Japan, and published by Konami. It was directed by Hideo Kojima. It was co-written by Hideo Kojima and Tomokazu Fukushima. And, in this game, unlike Metal Gear Solid 1, the composing team was Norihiko Hibino and Harry Gregson Williams of movie fame, primarily The Rock and a couple other like big action flicks.
Really good movie.
Yeah, which actually was a bullet point on the back of the original PS2 box for this game.
What, that he did music for The Rock?
Yeah, that he did music for The Rock and this game.
Oh. Wow.
So I
want to know like exactly what it says, because in my head I'm picturing what's his name?
Who? Harry Gregson Williams?
Yeah, featuring music from Harry Gregson Williams, famous composer who directed music for The Rock and Metal Gear Solid 2 on the back of Metal Gear Solid 2's box.
That would be fucking amazing. All right, literally what it says is, powerful musical score composed by Harry Gregson Williams, parentheses, Enemy of the State, Armageddon, and The Rock.
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Wow, I'm just going to go and say whoever wrote the copy for that, powerful musical score. Like, good word choice.
Just using was like filling me with emotions.
Yeah.
I hear about the powerful musical score, and it fills me with determination. That's an Undertale joke for those who haven't played Undertale, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. But I hear it's a good game, and I really want to get around to playing it.
Very good.
But yeah, so just to kind of give a little bit of some more kind of quick tidbits. Essentially, this game was originally scheduled to come out in September of 2001, but then something else happened.
Yeah.
And actually,
wait, what do you mean? Nothing important happened in 2001.
I already forgot. But yeah, so
we never
September 11th happened, and as it does every year, and essentially, Metal Gear Solid 2 got pushed because there were some parts of the story that had to get changed due to what happened. Essentially, I remember at a certain point in time, I think if I remember correctly, it was one of the, if not at the moment, the biggest selling game, period. It sold 7 million copies. It has sold 7 million copies worldwide at this point, or since it was last kind of recorded. It has an average Metacritic score of 96%. It's the 4th highest rated game on the PS2, and it's tied for the 6th highest rated game of all time. And as we've mentioned on previous episodes, it's sort of looked at as like the poster child for postmodern video game design and narrative. And I remember the big tidbit going around the playground, not the playground, I wasn't that young, but around middle school, was at one point a news article came out talking about how somebody had written their college dissertation, their master's dissertation on Metal Gear Solid 2 as postmodern game narrative.
Honestly, you could probably just write a dissertation about the game itself, honestly.
Yeah, totally. It's crazy. So there's a shit ton of content. I'm going to go ahead and say for everybody that's been listening to the show to this point, the amount of content that's going to come out of not only this game, but some of the sort of subsequent episodes, because we're going to do a whole episode about like the VR missions. We're going to do a whole episode about Snake Tales. We're going to do a whole episode about the document of Metal Gear Solid 2. There's a lot of shit to cover. And then I would definitely like to do a whole episode kind of talking about the postmodern game design that we just talked about. So there's a good chance that Metal Gear Solid 2 is going to make up like a fair chunk of our content moving forward.
Tis a meaty video game.
Yeah, it really is. And the show notes are going to be insane because this thing has some really, really good analysis floating around the internet. So if you're really heady and want to talk about all the crazy shit in this game, I'm ready to get heady with you.
Before we start, I did want to ask a very important question. Has Bilbo Boy made a FAQ for this?
I looked.
Isaac and I have been making jokes about it, actually.
He dropped the ball.
I don't know if you guys remembered this far back, but I think we talked about it already. He's only done Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
Oh, yeah, Two Towers
and
Metal Gear Solid. That's right.
He's a man of few favorites.
But he chooses wisely.
I forgot.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm going to quote myself from like 20 minutes ago. I only remember about 40% of anything at any given time.
Just to kind of cap off sort of the generalities so that we're able to kind of get into like actual things here. The game had a budget of $10 million, which at the time was pretty intense. And a lot of the development decisions came from Kojima hearing about the hardware for the PS2 way in advance and wanting to try something completely new. If you didn't know any better and you just played Metal Gear Solid 1 and then dove into Metal Gear Solid 2 right after, it is fucking night and day. Like, it looks like 10 years went by between production. Like, it's crazy. Do you guys want to... Isaac, I'm not sure if you know, like, how monumentally important the tanker chapter of this game has been for, like, games in general, like, historically speaking, with the whole sort of debacle that happened with the demo. Sam, do we want to touch on that any before we move forward?
I kind of want to hear about it.
I never played the demo.
Okay. Well,
Because I didn't play Zone of the Enders until years later, so I never played the demo.
Gotcha. So, and we're just going to go all out because we're going to have to talk about it eventually. So, essentially, before the game came out, Zone of the Enders, which is a sort of robot mecha anime space combat game, was produced by Hideo Kojima and was kind of done, for all intents and purposes, as a tech demo for the PS2 hardware. It's a super short game. You can beat the whole game probably in like 4 hours. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's really short. The second game in the Zone of the Enders franchise is very meaty, and it's a huge, huge game. But the first game was just kind of, here's a demo, blah, blah, blah. Very minimal. However...
The third game doesn't and probably will never exist, and that makes me sad.
Yes. Zone of the Enders shipped with a demo for Metal Gear Solid 2. And again, at the time, it was one of the most hyped games, which led to a lot of people going out and buying Zone of the Enders at full price for the demo of MGS2, almost exclusively. And one thing that came from that is, and also one thing that has kind of colored Kojima's career for a majority of it, is sort of his bait and switch kind of thing that happened. So, Isaac, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but the box art for Metal Gear Solid 2 features Solid Snake. The back of the box only features Solid Snake, and the demo exclusively has you playing as Solid Snake throughout the entire tanker.
Even like when you get the game in the intro movie, you don't see Raiden until the very end of the intro movie, and you're not sure that what kind of role he's going to play. So, like, even up to the point where you have the real game in the console in your hand and ready to go, you're still not prepared for the fact that you're going to get the wool pulled over your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, essentially, you play as Solid Snake for probably about an hour and a half total, or an hour, and then the whole rest of the game, you are a completely different protagonist. Now, needless to say, this pissed off a lot of people. You never got to play as Snake again, kind of, after the first portion. And it really, I don't know, it really was crazy at the time, and a lot of people did not expect it whatsoever. And it was crazy because all of the marketing videos and everything were essentially doctored to where it would even be parts of the game from later on, but with Snake. And so there was like a big, I don't know, it was a big, well-kept secret, and it had a lot to do with some things that we're going to talk about later on, but the fact of the matter is that Metal Gear Solid 2 was almost completely developed with the mindset of what are the expectations of the audience that loved MGS1, and how can we literally fuck with all of them. And it's crazy because there's actually some documentation that shows that, like, internally within Kojima's little group, before MGS1 even came out, they were like, it's going to do extremely well, so how can we capitalize on the expectations and do a sequel? And they started developing the sequel before MGS1 even released, with the intention of fucking with people. Mm-hmm. So, and we'll talk about it a little bit more in the document of Metal Gear Solid 2, but Metal Gear Solid 2 at one point, and I think you can still find the teaser online, but was actually branded as Metal Gear Solid 3, and they were literally going to completely skip making a 2, and they were going to put out 3, and it was going to be the Roman numeral 3 to symbolize Manhattan's 3 tallest skyscrapers. And essentially, the whole game was going to be designed as if the tanker demo with Zone of the Enders was Metal Gear Solid 2. And that the Raiden portion was 3. So it's crazy. There's a bunch of insanity that goes on. So, but needless to
That's a podcast in itself, so we're just going to skip
that. We got to move on. So needless to say, am I speaking for all of us when I say that we've all been playing the PS3 HD re-release?
Yes,
yep.
I have.
Okay, perfect. So the PS3 HD re-release is actually a repackaging of Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance, which originally was a director's cut, kind of like... The original MGS2 is literally just tanker plant, that's it. And then for the original Xbox, they got Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance as an exclusive for a while. That was MGS2 with a shit ton of extra content, like tons. And then eventually it came out on the PS2, and then the HD re-release is that.
So did they add scenes then in Substance?
Did they add like new cutscenes and stuff?
Yeah.
No, they
like add on, because there's like parts of we'll get to later that like I don't remember happening at all.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, the actual like main campaign stuff like did not get touched.
Okay.
They just added a bunch of additional stuff. Which
we'll get to that when we get to
yeah,
it.
We'll get to it.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of crazy stuff. Needless to say, there is a skateboard game.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's amazing. It pretty much plays like a bootleg Tony Hawk, but with Metal Gear Solid characters. But anyway, so that's what we're playing. I wanted to make a brief correction. A couple episodes back, I referred to the director's cut as Metal Gear Solid 2 Subsistence. That's actually the director's cut for Metal Gear Solid 3. Metal Gear Solid 2 is called Substance. So I apologize if that pissed anybody off. But yeah, so let's just dive into it. Let's just talk about the opening cutscene. Isaac. Go ahead.
The cutscene or like the sizzle reel for the game?
Oh, the little sizzle at the beginning?
Because the little sizzle and the song and like that's like the best like sizzle reel in gaming ever.
Yeah, I think I watched it as a kid like probably 20 times on loop at one point.
Oh, absolutely. Just let it sit on the menu for a minute and then it just goes back in because it plays.
Yeah.
Every single time you boot the game up, and you can skip it, but if you leave it sitting on the menu for a while, it'll go back into it. Mm-hmm. And I've like left the game alone for a little bit and then gone back to it since we've been playing it for this, and every time I go back to it, I just watch the whole thing over again.
It's weird. It's like watching a football like highlight reel, like a pre-game pump-up video. Because every time I watch that opening little montage, I'm just like, oh my god, like.
And the thing is, and I mentioned this about like the whole pulling the wool thing, but like the intro, it like shows like parts from the tanker with Snake doing stuff, and it shows like parts of the game that happened during the plant, but it never shows Raiden, and it makes you think that the entire game is Snake.
Yeah.
And you just don't know where these parts of the game are happening, and you see Raiden at the tail end, and it kind of like fades out on his face, but you're not really sure who he is or like what his role in the game is going to be. Mm-hmm. But you're not too concerned because you're starting the game as Snake.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Well, and on that note as well, I made a quick note here. So Kyle Cooper is the American gentleman who does all of the intro and title animations for Metal Gear games. I think for all of them. And watching that video again, and it credits him like right before the title sequence like drops, I was just like, man, fucking Kyle Cooper is on point like all the time. Like it's just really clean. So,
but anyway, opening cutscene was rad too.
Oh, totally, man. So back to my original question. Isaac, being somebody who just finished Metal Gear Solid 1, fresh off the heels, tell me about the opening moments of MGS2. How did you feel about it?
Well, I just want to go back to the main menu. I was really confused about because I don't know if this was on the PS2 version, but on the HD collection version, it made you choose to play the tanker first or go straight into the plant. And I was going and not knowing anything about MGS2. I had no idea what they were talking about. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, yeah, totally. It was like that in every single release of the game.
Okay.
It's weird. Yeah, I don't understand why. Like, I figure once you beat it, it should maybe give you the option because, like, there are things that you can do in each portion to, like, unlock stuff. So I can see them being like, oh, you just want to unlock the tanker stuff. Just play the tanker.
Right.
But I don't understand why they give you that option from the get-go, because I don't even want to think about all the people that just picked one at random and like played a fucked up version of the game.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So I guess I picked the first option, which was the tanker, which was the right option.
Well, was there not tanker plant? There should be one where it's
That's
like
what I mean. Tanker,
oh, okay,
plant.
cool.
It was either tanker, plant, or just plant, I think.
Gotcha.
So, anyway, but yeah, the opening cutscene was friggin' awesome, and I was like, "What is going?" Because I played the first one, and then I guess the next day I started the second one, and just the graphics from 1 and 2 is just completely different. It's like going from, I don't know, Atari to PS1 graphics, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just based on that, I was like, holy crap, this is awesome. And then, of course, you got to factor in Kojima's cinematography. And, yeah, I don't know. So it was just, I was blown away by it. I don't know.
Yeah. I will definitely say, and I don't know if it's in the HD, if it's because of the HD re-release or what, I noticed a lot of, do you guys remember playing like Grand Theft Auto Vice City on the PS2? How many like trails it has?
Yeah.
If that makes sense?
Yeah.
How like you move and everything kind of bleeds for a second?
It was like, that one and Shadow of the Colossus for me was just killer on the PS2.
But I feel like Metal Gear Solid 2, like watching the opening cutscene again, I feel like there's a lot of like weird trail kind of bleed. And it might be because it's raining in the opening cutscene, but it just felt like watching it, I was like, man, is there Vaseline on the camera lens? Like, what's going on?
I also feel like that opening cutscene too is like, I feel like it was the cars were moving fast. You could see that on purpose, so maybe that added to the whole bleed effect too. But I think the trailing of the taillights of the cars was done on purpose, and it kind of added to the whole scene, kind of feeling like that maybe.
To the rain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, I will say, coming to MGS2 after playing a lot of 5, I really miss David Hayter's voice.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I don't know, just hearing him, like...
Kept you waiting, huh?
I was just like, oh, yeah, you did. Like... So, I don't know, man. It's crazy. Also, it's fucking New York City. Like, we went from, like, a snowy Alaska island to, like... straight up New York City in the very beginning of this game.
Yeah. And even beyond that, like the actual, like the plant section of the game is like this like clean, like not cold at all, like off-site oil drilling facility.
Yeah.
Like,
so I'm going to go ahead and say this. I think the opening of MGS2 with Snake fucking paracord jumping off of a bridge might be the coolest way that Snake has, like, infiltrated anything. Like, in the whole series. Like, how would you rate it, Sam?
in the series, yeah, probably.
Like, it's just too good.
It's just like the whole thing where like he like flips off the bridge, and it's just like straight out of Twin Snakes, and then like he lands on the boat, and then his like stealth gear fritzes out, and it's like you did something very dumb and your stealth gear fritzed out, but like you look like a badass.
Did anybody think to themselves, I wonder what the people in the cars are thinking when this man in a robe clearly just ripped his like jacket off and disappeared?
I don't even know, man. I don't.
But yeah, so essentially, in essence, we see Metal Gear Solid. We see Solid Snake.
The titular Metal Gear Solid.
We see Solid Snake essentially base jump off of a bridge onto a boat in the middle of the Hudson River, and this is like a huge boat. He immediately jumps into a codec conversation with Otacon, who's back and sounds better than ever and looks great.
Wow.
He's looking healthy, and he's been doing well.
Got some meat.
Ready for his next emotional trauma.
Well, he sounded way less like a goofy, nasally
Whiny.
nerd in this game. Like, I feel like he sounded normal.
You must not have saved very often then.
That's true. But I do dig how they immediately, like, dude, within like 5 sentences, Otacon's just like, so I'm really sorry Mei Ling's not here. Like, but he, essentially they go through the whole situation, which is Snake and Otacon have started their own, like, officially recognized, like, organization, by, like, the UN. It's like a fringe organization. But they've started this group called Philanthropy, and what they do is, at the end of Metal Gear Solid 1, as referenced by the post-credit phone call, Ocelot has essentially sold the data for Metal Gear onto the black market. And so Otacon essentially says, in this way that, like, we'll get to it, but this might be one of my big gripes about this. There's a lot of dialogue in this game where the characters know exactly what the fuck they're talking about, but you can tell they're just saying it so that we, the audience, can know. And it feels a little overdone at times. But Otacon essentially says, like, every single .com and organization is building their own Metal Gear. And so Otacon and Solid Snake have decided to partner up as almost like a counter Metal Gear organization that just tries to stop the proliferation of Metal Gear technology. And they caught wind through, like, an anonymous tip that this boat on the Hudson with U.S. Marines dressed up like civilians, that they're going to be carrying an experimental Metal Gear out to test it in the middle of the ocean. And so their whole plan is to sneak in, take pictures of the Metal Gear with U.S. Marine insignias, and then blow the pictures up online and expose them. And as we will see, nothing goes according to plan.
Right, as it frequently doesn't. Before we get too deep, because I know you mentioned Mei Ling, I don't know if you remember this, but if you save often enough with Otacon, eventually he, like, stumbles on one of the proverbs and she shows up and corrects him, and then gets mad at him for not using the cheat sheet that he gave him for the proverbs.
Oh, that's amazing.
Have you never gotten that before?
No.
Oh, I when I was younger, I was like a save fiend, and I saved every 5 seconds, and that was one of the things that, like, I got when I was younger, and I did it again this time to see if it's still in there, and it is.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it's the only time she shows up, like, at all in the game.
I am going to make a link to that and put it in the show notes, because that is, I just found the video of it on YouTube, so that's awesome. I did not know that at all.
Yep.
Well, sweet. So yeah, and much like what we just said, immediately upon getting on this boat and scoping it out with his camera and talking to Otacon about what all's going on, essentially a helicopter full of Russian terrorists shows up and fucking murders everybody, like, instantly. Like,
it's like knives to the chest and, like, throat slits and straight up, like, ugh.
Yeah, it's immediate. And what's also hilarious to me is that, like, right as Snake lands on the boat, Otacon was like, hey, they're probably going to keep the Metal Gear underneath the boat, so that people don't see it from the shore. And they're all dressed up to where they don't look like Marines, so that people aren't like, oh, this is crazy, what is this boat doing on the Hudson? Immediately after that, though, a helicopter shows up and people start fucking murdering people. So what I don't understand is, like, is it not conspicuous that a helicopter is shooting at a boat in the middle of the Hudson River?
I don't think the Russians give a fuck.
Yeah.
Fair,
because that's something you find out too. You find out that these guys are Russians under the employ of Colonel Sergei Gerlukovich,
aka the most Russian man in the world.
Seriously, with his hat.
Also, the only motherfucker not wearing a mask.
Yeah, for real.
Like, literally everyone else is covering their
there's
face.
one other motherfucker that's not wearing a mask, and we'll deal with her later.
That's true. But yeah, so essentially you start out in this crazy, multi-story, rainy, like... I mean, I'm going to preface this whole thing by telling you guys, I'm going to go ahead and say I think the tanker has the most detail in it than any other environment in this entire game. And I think the reason for it is because they were like, we need to sell people on this new technology, and we need to make this shit look fantastic from the beginning. So, I don't know. Yeah. Let's roundtable it real quick. Before we get into the boat, what was it like playing this part, Sam?
It was really weird because when I first played it when I was younger, it was like you said, I'm used to the idea of playing this game that's set in Alaska and everything's snowy and, there are footprints and you leave footprints in the snow and they follow you. And then you come to this and you're on a boat in New York and it's raining and you're just kind of like culture shock almost. It's like, where am I and why is this Metal Gear Solid? And it's weird too because like getting used to the new mechanics and stuff like that was kind of weird for me, and they give you like a kind of a tutorial while you're behind that crate at the beginning, but it's just kind of weird getting used to everything. And you can like walk softly now and over certain like tiles or like parts of the floor and not make as much noise and they won't detect you. It's a lot to take in like right away.
Yeah. Well, there's like hanging mechanics. You can aim and shoot in first person. You start out with a gun, which is crazy for Metal Gear.
Yeah.
You start out with a tranquilizer gun, which again is new. Yeah, the whole thing's pretty intense. You can be spotted outside of the enemy's field of view cone. Like not spotted, but they'll go, "Huh, what's that?" Like even if you're outside of their field of view. And like immediately too, you've got guys looking around the boat with binoculars, and you can see them on the map as having a huge vision field. But yeah, Isaac, what was it like for you?
I will say a little not overwhelmed, but it did throw a lot at you, like Sam said at the beginning. And I didn't really have much to base it off of because I just played the first one, and that was it. And so I thought it was interesting how in the first one they kind of just threw you in it and they expect you to figure everything out. This one they just kind of like told you how to do everything, kind of how modern day gaming has turned into. But I mean, I don't have a preference either way, so but yeah, I expected it to be not on a boat, but what can you do?
I almost feel like they had to handhold a little bit at the beginning, just because of what you guys are saying about how like crazy different.
Yeah, and then also one thing, I was so used to using the D-pad for movement that in the very beginning I felt like I was moving back to the D-pad. I tried to do what do you call it? Is that the analog stick? Yeah, the analog stick. But it just didn't feel right at first, so I found myself traveling back to the D-pad. But,
I definitely felt that as well, especially after me and Sam played VR missions.
Oh, yeah.
Playing this with the analog stick felt sacrilegious. Like, it was just like, this is crazy. And it led to me getting spotted a lot because I'm just not used to top-down old-school Metal Gear with an analog stick. But, yeah, I will say two really quick things. So, I guess three really quick things, actually. So, they have the bodies don't disappear anymore whenever you kill or put a guard to sleep. And so you actually have to dispose of the bodies. And there's a really cool trick outside where if you drag a body to the edge near some of these little like door flaps, Snake will literally throw them off the boat.
That's pretty cool.
Which is crazy because I was thinking about it, and if you're doing like a pacifist run where you don't want to kill anybody, if you put somebody to sleep and then throw them into the Hudson River, does that count as a kill?
I don't know. I always think I'm going to do a pacifist run of this game, and I always fail.
Yeah, I think my failing point is actually later on in this chapter, so we'll talk about that when we get to it. Yeah. The other two things I wanted to talk about is if you're outside for too long before you go in, Snake will catch a cold and will sneeze and alert guards.
Yeah, that happened to me. So, but
Well, it's and I get why somebody would be out there for so long, because it's this new, whether you're a new player or you're somebody who's played Metal Gear Solid before, you want to like it because they've trained you to believe that there's going to be like a lot of stuff in any given area, and you want to find everything, so they kind of punish you for following your instincts.
I wonder how many people played the game thinking that Snake just had a cold. They're like, why would the fuck would they put this in this? But yeah, you can also track water footprints into the boat and get people to follow you if you stay outside for long enough. Also, I'm going to go ahead and say, guys, Metal Gear Solid 2 is the first appearance of Solid Snake's tight ass.
Oh my god.
No, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Like Metal Gear Solid 1,
I'm quitting the podcast.
dude just had like extended back.
I didn't need for you to
How
describe
can you not?
Solid Snake's tight ass.
How can you not see it though? It's like big, bold, and in your face every single where you go.
It is there. It's quite apparent.
Yeah, it's a little. I feel like it's a little too much.
There's no such thing as too much snake ass. Not just tight snake ass.
Oh man. But yeah, so there's like Sam said and like I said about the whole tech demo aspect and stuff like that. There's just any given area in this boat is just packed full of stuff. You can hold guards up now, which is a new mechanic. If you walk up behind them and pull your gun out, Snake will go freeze.
Which I had to ask you how I could avoid aiming off into the distance to shoot them. Because I forgot that like the square button is pressure sensitive. So if you let off of it easy, you don't fire the gun.
Yeah. But the way that the game kind of does unlockables is every guard that you hold up, and if you put bosses to sleep instead of killing them, you unlock dog tags. And fun fact, some of the dog tags that the enemies drop are actually like fan names from like a fan contest. But as you unlock more of these dog tags in the different difficulty settings, you'll unlock like infinite ammo bandana or stealth camo or whatever. So I don't know, it's fun and interesting. But just kind of like a little gimmick thing. Isaac, tell me about your experience going from the outside of the boat and working your way to the bridge where Snake is ultimately trying to figure out where the boat is going.
Well, I spent a lot of time on the outside. Because I was just trying to figure everything out and figure out where I was supposed to go. And I guess I'm trying to remember now.
You got to keep notes, Isaac.
I remember, yeah. It's on my head. That's the key. I remember I got lost, like going inside. I got lost. I was like, where am I supposed to go? Because I knew kind of the area, like where I was supposed to be, but I didn't know how to necessarily get there. And so I was just kind of like running around, and I felt like I was tracing my steps back around and wasting a lot of time, if you will. But you know how it is. I died a lot, so.
Did you discover the lockers?
I did, yeah. Well, I knew about that because I remember watching you play MGS3 back in middle school or whatever.
Oh,
and
didn't I beat that at your house?
it was you played it. Maybe it might have been, but you played it a lot. But I remember you shoving guys in the locker and hiding in the locker, so I knew that was part of the game. But then they hold your hand and tell you, hey, you can do this. You can hide in the locker. You can stuff enemies into lockers to hide them.
You can find sweet, sweet lady pictures in the locker as well.
Take pics. Sweet pics. But
if you zoom in on the pics in the locker, you get the...
Oh, yeah. Snake makes a kissy sound.
Yep.
There's a trophy called Snake Beater.
Oh, no.
And if you lock yourself, I think we talked about this on the show, but if you lock yourself in a locker and you hold R1 to do like the snake putting his face up against the window or whatever, you can look down at the model and he'll be like really close. And if you hold it, he'll start to do this weird like
Oh my
sound.
gosh.
And then and then you can call Otacon, and Otacon's like, Snake, what are you doing? And his little portrait is like totally looking like he's jerking off. And you get a trophy that just is called Snake Beater. And I was like, I can't believe that this is in the fucking game. But
Oh gosh.
Could you do that in like the original game?
Yeah,
too?
yeah,
Just
yeah.
without the trophy?
Yep.
Holy shit.
What's crazy too is pro tip, any locker that you can't open because it's locked, if you punch it enough, depending on the locker, the door might fall out and there's like items hidden inside.
Oh crap.
Oh.
So sometimes the door falls in and you're just locked out of it, but sometimes it falls out and you can go inside and get an item. But also, fun fact, if you lean up against the portrait of the model inside of one of the lockers in the tanker and you press the button to like knock, if you hit her with your fist, it alerts all the guards.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Because Kojima is not about hitting women, guys.
Yeah.
Except for when he's about shooting women in the face, which, Sam, can you tell us about what happens in the bridge and your experience getting to the bridge and who's up there?
So, you try and make your way up to the bridge, and you go through all these guys, and you get up to the bridge, and the bridge is strewn with dead bodies of the people who were in the ship before. And you see somebody out on the bridge, and you go out there, and you discover there's a lady out there, a Russian lady, who is Olga Gerlukovich, daughter of Colonel Sergei Gerlukovich. And then you gotta fight her.
And she's pregnant.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right, she's pregnant.
So Solid Snake doesn't give a shit about shooting pregnant women, apparently. Because he hears her, like we hear her. I know he hears her. So Snake's eavesdropping on the phone call, and he's like, I know she's pregnant, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's intense.
Shooting her with, like, who knows how many doses of tranquilizer, because you don't have the USP yet.
Yep. Which was done, I feel, intentionally, obviously. But how did you guys fare against Olga?
Bad.
Really?
Isaac, did you do well?
Well,
I'm not surprised.
You can be
I'm a little
surprised.
surprised.
I mean, for me, it wasn't terrible. I mean, compared to some of the things in MGS1, this one wasn't terrible, if that makes sense. It was hard to the point where I died, yes. I died. But it wasn't frustrating. Like, I could beat it within a couple of tries.
Did either of you guys get shot while you were looking in first person?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
The screen shatters and there's
Yeah.
like blood all over it.
Yeah, when you die, if you die, it shatters.
Oh, that's
completely.
right. Yeah, if you get shot, I think it just like cracks or something.
The thing with me with Olga was that it wasn't necessarily that I died, because I didn't die when I played it. It's like, and it's always been this way for me. That's been like that boss battle's always been like this really strange war of attrition. And eventually, and I did this when I played it before, and I did it this time, I just stand still while she shoots me with my rations equipped and just start shooting her, because it's the only way I can, like, because I can't get enough shots on her on the opposite side of the thing, and I'll shoot the lights out and I'll shoot the tarp and everything like that and get all that stuff done, but like I'll just move to the other side and she will not like reveal herself long enough for me to get any significant damage on her. So eventually I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna stand here and pop you, and then I used a ration, good, pop, and then she's done.
Did either of you guys have her throw a shit ton of grenades at you? Because I feel like she went grenade happy on me.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Quite a
don't
lot.
remember that many grenades,
No, yeah, she'll just like lose her mind.
but I don't know.
And I don't know if my problem was like the boss battle itself, or if it was just me being bad at video games. But that was the issue that I had with her.
Yeah.
I feel like Kojima and Co. Kind of predicted the cover-based shooter before it was a thing, because that's all this boss fight is. Mm-hmm. Like, it's totally like duck and cover, pop out, get a shot, go back under, which is crazy. Also, I feel like this boss fight intentionally feels like it's made to force you to just chill the fuck out. Because if you, like, crawl and she doesn't see you, she'll, like, shoot in the wrong spot. And I feel like that's kind of how it's made, is for you to, like, pop her while she doesn't see you.
It just takes forever.
Yeah, it takes forever.
I'm not a patient man.
Yeah, and just
wait until we get to the fat man battle, because I'm going to tell you how I did that, because that's fun.
Sweet. But yeah, so essentially, Olga is part of this sort of Russian terrorist force that is taking the boat by brute force to try and snatch up this prototype Metal Gear. And her super Russian father tells his stereotypically Russian daughter to get the fuck off of his boat because she's pregnant and he doesn't want her to fight anymore. And against her papa's wishes, she's like, I'm going to stick around. So Snake puts her ass to sleep. You pick up her gun, but you have 0 ammunition. You can go and pick up thermal goggles on the mast if you climb up, which are helpful for later. And I think you can get the wet box out here.
Yeah, if you go, you have to like be creative with the guard, but you can get the wet box at the end of the strip.
And then essentially our whole point at this point, I feel like you're not really told to go anywhere except for find Metal Gear. So you kind of start backtracking. We completely skipped over this, my favorite part of this whole fucking part of the game, the little lounge room. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
With like the stairs in it.
Yeah, it's got stairs and there's like a guard listening to music on headphones.
Yeah.
And there's a TV and a fireplace and a bar and magazines and stuff. I feel like that whole room is just like, look how pretty this game can be.
With like all the destruction you can do and like all the particle effects and nonsense in there. Yeah.
Well, and like you can punch the magazines and they'll fly everywhere, and then you can look at it in first person and read what's in the magazines.
Yep.
Dang.
It's crazy.
A lot of detail.
Yeah, I feel like that room has more detail than like entire parts of the later part of the game. But yeah, so we make our way down. It's kind of the only way you can go. And
You run into an old friend.
Oh, yes. Isaac. Please tell me what you thought about the little shadow.
The little crap.
The shadow in the hallway? Do you know what I'm talking about? Sam, why don't you set the stage for us?
Let me get my notes out.
Yeah. So you go down to the holds, and you're going further down on the boat, and you're walking down a hallway, and you look down a hallway and you see the shadow of our old pal Vulcan Raven, who, if you remember, was consumed by ravens in the previous game. But you see the shadow, and it breaks into like this cutscene style where it zooms into the shadow, and Snake goes, "Raven!" And you walk into the room, and it's this little toy Vulcan Raven with a flashlight behind him, and it's the most adorable thing in the world. And if you shoot it and knock it over, he'll just start screaming and shooting little pellets out of his giant cannon.
What?
It's pretty amazing.
Dang.
Did you
I
miss
didn't do
that
that.
somehow, Isaac?
No, I mean, I got to that point and I saw the toy, but I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. That's cute.
I have no clue why that's in the game.
Oh, I really don't. It's
They're
like, why would there
alluding
be a
to
Vulcan Raven toy with a flashlight behind it on the tanker?
Yeah.
But
Also, who the
cares?
fuck is making action figures of people that no one should know exists?
Right. Former terrorists that were only terrorists in secret, that were then consumed by fucking ravens. I feel like I need to emphasize that more. He was eaten by ravens.
Oh my god.
Well, to their credit, you can buy like Saddam Hussein action figures or...
Oh, that's true.
I have like 6 of those.
Yeah, so, totally makes sense.
But anyway, so you deal with Raven, and then a guard like comes in and is sweeping the area, and you got to take care of him because this next part's loud. You got to destroy the explosive sensors in that hallway.
Whoa.
Or am I going too far?
Yeah, before we get to that, there's that huge fucking engine room.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, do you have to go through there first? Or?
Yeah, you go through there and then you go to the laser trip explosive land. But the only reason why I mentioned that is because this whole room is essentially filled with, and this is a crazy detail about the game, unlike in MGS1, as soon as you get spotted, it doesn't trigger an alert unless you play on like the heavy or whatever harder difficulties.
Yeah.
In the normal...
they radio for help.
They have to radio first, which is crazy awesome.
So if you can stop them in time, like, you can just avoid an alert.
One, you have 2 different ways to do it, too, so you can shoot the exclamation point above their head, and it will stun them.
Yeah.
Or you can shoot the radio, and it will, like, blow their radio out. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Huh.
But yeah, so you're in this huge, like, multi-story room or whatever. I will say there's a guard in a corner who's just looking off into the distance, and I did not discover this until this playthrough. If you knock him out and you look where he's looking, there's another fucking, like, poster of a Japanese model, like, way out in the distance.
That's beautiful.
I think I just wrote in my notes, why are all the guards so pervy?
And you want to know about it too? Is like, it's not even these guards. Like, it was the guys who were on the tanker before that did this. If you think about
U.S. Marines.
U.S. Marines, and then the Russian guards are just as pervy, and they're taking advantage of the fact that everybody in this universe, like, are straight up hound dogs.
That's true. Well, and that being said as well, apparently U.S. Marines have a thing for Japanese women.
Yep.
Really quickly, I totally realized going through my notes that we completely skipped over a major plot thing with the Olga fight. When you finish fighting her...
Oh, yeah, the fucking Cypher.
Yeah, the little Cypher drone comes out of nowhere and, like, films Snake and then just dips. Have either of you guys flown a drone or a helicopter before? Like the little toy helicopters?
Yeah.
Can you imagine flying that in a fucking rainstorm?
That's also, like, heavy-duty military technology, so
That's
it might
true.
not feel as horrible to steer as a fucking air hog.
Well, and I also love the fact that shortly thereafter, when you see the Cypher and you talk to Otacon about it, Otacon, like, all of a sudden is like, he goes from, oh no, dude, I got this pro tip, to, actually, LOL, I got an anonymous tip, and I'm sending you on this fucking wild goose chase to, like, sneak through U.S. government shit because of an anonymous email.
Well, who did he think the email was from?
It was signed EE. Mm-hmm. And that is the initials of his sister, who he hasn't talked to in 10 years. Mm-hmm. So, pretty crazy stuff. But still, it was like, LOL, I don't know.
But yeah, going back to that bomb hallway.
Yeah, tell us about the bomb hallway, Sam.
There are 3 different... Well, okay. I distinctly remember there being 3 sensors, but in this version there's only 2, I think.
Well,
but
there are 3.
Yeah, I had 3.
Were there? I only shot 2 and I was fine.
Did you crawl under the 3rd one?
No.
That's weird. Did you play on easy?
No.
You played on normal?
Yeah.
Huh, I did too, and there were 3.
Well, you shoot 1 down at the bottom, 1 on the side, and then if you stand on the box and get on your tippy toes, you can shoot 1 at the top.
Yeah.
But
also, if you don't have thermal goggles and you don't want to use the cigarettes, you can shoot the there's a little flour sack.
Yep.
And it'll shoot flour everywhere. Convenient.
Convenient flour sack in the middle of a bomb hallway.
Isaac, did you blow up the boat? Isaac blew up the boat, I think.
I've died.
I still want to do like a
recurring
super cut.
theme.
I want to do a super cut montage of all of Isaac's deaths.
No, so I thought there was only one controller that you had to shoot out. Because Otacon was like, Yeah, there's a control switch or whatever. You can shoot it out with your USP. And so I was like, okay, there's just one. So I guess all right. The first time I shot it and I heard the little pew sound, and I was like, okay, cool. And then, so I started running, and then I died. It blew up the whole ship. And jeez, crap.
I think Isaac just blew up his house.
I think so too.
Sorry, I just got water everywhere.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Anyway.
Are you going to clean it up, or are you good?
It's just a little bit. I'll just spread it out.
Just let it dry.
Just let it go.
Let it dry where it laid.
Yeah, so I didn't put it together that each panel corresponded with a different controller, whatever.
Gotcha.
Until I got up on the box, and I got up on my tippy toes, and I saw a little green thing, or was it blue? I can't remember.
I think it's green.
I was like, oh, crap. So then I figured it out, and...
Oh, I was playing on easy for the tanker. Because I remember switching it to normal, but when I started the plant, but because I was when I did the node, I was like, why is this on easy? Yeah.
Really quick, 2 things in that little blow up room that I thought were a little crazy. So the fucking USP, like if you don't have all the guards in that room cleared, like it will alert the shit out of everybody because it is not silenced and it is loud as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you can't get a silencer for it until like the next time you play it.
Yeah, that's true. And then you can just go buck wild and fucking massacre everybody if you want. But I will say my favorite part of the little engine room is did you guys see the couple posters?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, they're so good.
That's hilarious.
It's for everybody listening at home. It is 2 posters on 2 adjacent lockers, and one of them is of a man like smiling and sticking his hand out, and the other is of a girl smiling, and the dude's hand is in her poster.
Yeah.
And they're like next to each other. And if you open the lockers, you can see their backs.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. Like,
I thought that was a interesting touch.
Yeah. It is so goofy. I feel like more than the first game, this game wears its Japanese-ness like on its sleeve.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because the first game was like American action movie made by a Japanese team. This game, like even when you pause it, it'll have Japanese text for the area.
It's like American action movie that's actually a Japanese action movie made by a Japanese team.
What were you gonna say, Sam? I didn't mean to cut you off earlier.
Oh no, I just want to ask either of you. Did either of you take pictures of any of the female posters?
I know that I have in the past. I don't think I did this time.
Okay, I'll bring up what happens.
Oh, I know what you're going to talk about.
Well, I took a picture of the couple. I don't know if that counts.
Cuties.
Yeah, I just had to, you know. They were just picture perfect.
Now, Isaac, I want to ask: bigger cuties than Snake with his little flippies, or?
Yeah, we need to gauge this.
Not as cute.
Okay.
Second
so
place.
So far, Snake and his little flippies is the be all end all of cute.
What about Snake and his little booty?
That's you, Alessio.
Okay.
It's tight.
What about
ass.
Vulcan with his little tinies?
Okay, we're done.
I think at the end of every game, we need to have Isaac just rate the cute level.
The cute level of the game.
Of the game?
Yeah, of the whole game. You have to talk about, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how cute is this game?
All right.
That's a 10-point scale I can get behind.
Or you can just make random shit, which I wish we would have done for MGS1. I wish, because I was like on a scale of cheese to pizza, and as an example, and everybody just went with numbers. Like, I really wish one of us would have just been like, well, from Oreo to Chips Ahoy, I'd have to give this one a Thin Mint. But
Yeah, I give this one a fudge shop.
but anyway, so we finally get through this room. And the second thing that I hate the most about the USP becomes extremely apparent in this next hallway. So there's like, as you enter this hallway, you're in the lower portions of the boat, and you actually can kind of realize based on the intercom chatter that, like, the Marines in the hold at the bottom are not aware of the fact that the boat is being ransacked right now.
Yep.
And
Because they're announcing, like, to the boat, like, that they've passed the Verrazano Bridge checkpoint where Snake was initially supposed to get off the boat.
Oh, wow. I never even picked up on that. You're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're kind of in this, like, very dark, kind of spooky little, like, area of the boat. And if you pull out the USP at all, which fucking heads up if you're near guard, it just automatically has a flashlight now.
Yep.
And it is bright as shit, and you will get spotted from, like, across the map.
Yep.
So
Now, if you have the thermal goggles, it's easier to deal with them with the trank gun.
yeah.
Because you can see them coming in the dark.
But I believe they also have thermals as well, so they can see
So you have to take care of them, like, real quick.
Yeah. But yeah.
Well, actually, only one of them is really paying attention.
Yeah, that's true. The other ones are kind of just, like, sitting. But
Well, one of them's listening to music, the other one's asleep, I think.
oh, gotcha.
Yeah, that's right.
But, and I really want to talk to you guys about this next scene, kind of like as a throwback to the MGS1 shootout with Merrill. You're just in this fucking hallway, and an alert mode gets triggered, and you're just in a shootout with, like, 6 guards. And thankfully there's, like, a finite number, like you can just kill them all and be done with it, or put them to sleep or whatever. How did you guys fare?
That's where I gave up on trying to be a pacifist every single time.
Yep, me too. Isaac, how did it work for you?
Yeah, for me, I tried doing duck and cover and kind of like peeking around the corners. That failed miserably, and so yeah, I did what you guys did. And I just stood up.
Dare I ask? Did you die?
Would you like a number?
Oh.
No.
Yeah, I died.
The problem with trying to do that with the trank gun is that to put them asleep immediately, you have to headshot them.
Yeah.
Or, like, shoot them in a very specific, like, area of their torso. And they, like, try and, like, creep in on your flavor. And they approach you, so you have to handle them quickly.
Yeah.
And the quickest way to do that is to fucking shoot them to death.
Do they have shields in the hallway? I can't remember.
No.
I don't
not
think they
those
did.
ones.
Okay.
But they, like, encroach upon your hiding spot eventually.
Yeah, they just go for it.
Yeah.
Which is
And
actually kind of useful if you're just headshotting them, because they just line up like
Yeah.
ducks in a row.
But I hated the grenade throwing guy in the back. That coward.
Oh, I never had to deal with him.
You were playing on easy.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Did you not encounter the guy with the flamethrower? I'm kidding.
No, there was a guy in the back just chucking grenades one after the other, and there's like a place where there's like a barricade where you can't go any further or any closer to him.
Where no cars go.
Exactly. Cue the song. So yeah, you have to kind of like aim at him from far away, which I'm also terrible at. But
Yeah, I will say I felt like the angle at which the tranquilizer gun, the M9, kind of shows you where it's aiming, was way easier, but the USP just looks so much cooler when you're aiming it. You know what I mean?
yeah, I don't know if I was doing something wrong, but to aim it when I was aiming it, I didn't see like a what do you call it? Like a reticle? Is there supposed to be a reticle or the gun?
Yeah, so
your
with
view?
the M9, the tranquilizer gun, there's a laser sight.
Because all right, that's just R1, right? You hold R1.
Yeah, you hold R1 and then you hold square.
All right, I don't know what is that a setting? Because whenever I hit R1 to go into first person mode, it's just the first person mode without like the gun.
Yeah, you have to hold square.
You have to hold square.
Yeah, you hold the shoot button and they'll pull out the gun. And you can like pinpoint exactly where you want to go, and then as soon as you let go, they'll pull the trigger.
Oh my gosh.
But if you do what Sam said and you let go slowly, it'll not shoot.
Gotcha. Well, I'll have to, implement that. Oh, gosh. Okay.
Yeah, so after this whole huge shootout thing, you wind up going into the hold where a bunch of Marines are watching their commander talk about Metal Gear Ray on a screen. And there's a countdown timer because you have to get the pictures and send them to Otacon before he's done with the speech. And you have to navigate through 2 holds to get to the final hold where Metal Gear actually is.
Sam, I think you skipped a very pivotal point.
Well, no, I'm getting there. Are you? Because I don't know if you're thinking what I'm thinking.
Well, you skipped Ocelot being Ocelot.
What? That doesn't happen until after you get to the final hold, doesn't it?
No, so what ends up happening is
Before.
when Snake gets through the crazy shootout and he goes through the little hatch door, there's a little wiener guard who comes out of nowhere who's like, "Oh man, I almost got murdered." And he goes to start locking the door that Snake or he's trying to open it or lock it behind Snake, I can't remember. And we hear spurs, and who the fuck else would wear cowboy boots?
Right.
And Ocelot comes out of nowhere, and the guard turns in and goes, "Oh, Shalashaska, I'm glad that you're here." And then Ocelot, without hesitation, just fucking blows him away, at point blank.
Do you have to go out of your way for that?
No, it just happens.
How did I miss that?
I
It's
don't know.
right after the shootout, and you...
Is that another thing that doesn't happen if you're on easy?
If you're on easy, they just cut out all the good parts.
Good.
Well,
plot
it's just
points.
one cutscene.
Yeah. You may
Oh,
have
I don't
accidentally
know.
skipped it, because I think it starts with just Snake being "I did it," and walking through a door.
Oh yeah, no, that's one that I remember now because that's when I discovered that you can't pause cutscenes.
Oh.
Because something happened, I tried to pause it and it skipped it. So,
Gotcha. Well, the
bad.
big reveal though is when Ocelot shoots this guard. We see that Ocelot has 2 hands.
Yeah, he has 2 of them. He only had 1 at the end of Metal Gear Solid.
Where did it come from? We will find out.
Shortly. So back to the whole soldier thing though. So
Soldier Boy.
you have a countdown timer and you're supposed to navigate through these 2 holds to get to the final hold and take the pictures. And if you can get to the final hold in it's what, a minute, I think?
I think so, a minute or 2.
All the dudes in the final hold are wearing boxers.
Yeah, it's
With
pretty
little
sweet.
heart prints on them, I think.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Huh.
That being said, I'm going to go and say I think each of the holds may have the most on-screen characters of any Metal Gear game prior to this. Because there's a shit ton of people in these holds.
for sure.
And the other thing I will say is, I thought it was goofy as shit. I hate to pull the hater card, but I thought it was goofy as shit that you get there and instead of just being "Yo, Snake, just do that shit before the speech is over," Otacon's I hacked into the Pentagon and read his speech, and I can tell you from the point that he's at right now, it's going to be exactly 7.5 minutes, man. It just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems so unnecessary to
It's a
go
little
to that
forced.
much detail.
Yeah.
Well, it's they're trying to find a way to explain why there's a countdown timer, and really there didn't need to be a countdown timer.
Yeah, they
They
could have
just-
just had it end organically
Yeah,
if you waited too
Well,
long.
yeah.
For me, I think I missed. I got the pictures, and I was getting to the computer, and time ran out at right as I was getting to it,
Ooh.
and then he just goes, "Man, this is great. Let's do it again." And the timer goes back up to 7 minutes, or it goes back
Does
up
it
to
really?
3 minutes.
Are you
so
serious?
it gives you
Oh my god.
3 extra minutes.
Oh, that's lame. I will say, did you guys try to shoot any of the Marines just for shits and giggles?
No.
No,
It won't actually kill them. I think as soon as you pull the trigger, it just cuts to everyone looking at Snake and cornering him with guns. So I don't think there's an animation for a Marine getting shot in the head. Also, trying to remember, there are a couple funny game overs. Isaac, did you accidentally cross the projector screen?
that was the first time. Yep.
Yep. I thought that was a really funny game over because everybody's just like, wait a minute, who?
Yeah.
Like,
I liked it because there's like 50 guys, and they all their exclamation points go up. And it's like,
Yeah. Which is hilarious to think, like, all of these dudes are individually programmed, like, guards you can alert.
yeah,
Like, that's nuts when you think about it.
totally. Also, why are there projectors on the ground aimed at the screen? Why don't they
I
have
don't
them
know.
Suspended?
Why? Here's another question. Why in the second one are there 2 projectors that they alternate back and forth?
And
thought
you
that
can
was
hear the
hilarious.
guards turning.
Yeah. Like, why wouldn't you just, like, have one from, like, I don't know. It's just a lot of ridiculous stuff. This is like Cameron's wet dream.
Oh yeah, that's true.
This whole sequence, because it is like kind of the dumbest part of like the game. This entire sequence.
Let's pause for a second and just insert what we think Cameron would say in our minds right here. Just a moment of silence.
Cameron, what do you think?
To me, this is where I had my very first issue with the game. I immediately tried the C4 and it blew up the president. So I was like, oh, C4 isn't an option. Yeah, I'm really disappointed. This was really frustrating.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about the photo upload process and all that jazz. So essentially you get to the final hold, and there is the big new Metal Gear, which is Metal Gear Ray. And he is just propped up, looking mighty fine, and everybody's kind of just like, look how dope this shit looks. And you have to take some pictures from some different angles of the Metal Gear and then upload them through this handy-dandy computer terminal that just happens to be set up in the corner.
With a chibi Otacon on it.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
Now, the reason why I asked about the posters earlier, if you upload a picture of one of the cuties, Otacon will look at it and say, "We can't," like something like, "We can't use this, but I'm just gonna save this for later." So just sort of compounding that whole everybody's a fucking perv.
Yeah. It's either nano machines or everyone's horny.
Yeah, or everyone's horny for nanomachines. What if it's the nanomachines that are making everybody horny? Maybe that's why.
That's true.
Shit.
We totally didn't talk about this in Season 1 with Metal Gear Solid 1, but just the idea of... It wasn't that they told Snake he wasn't allowed to shoot guns in the nuke room. It was the fact that the nanomachines that they injected him with when they sent him on the mission, they were literally able to force his body to not let him do shit. That's crazy. Like, that is crazy talk.
That's why nanomachines are the answer to every mystery in this entire game.
That's true.
Which,
Did either of
Yeah.
you guys have any trouble taking... I remember the first time I was playing this as a kid, I had a lot of trouble lining up the shots to get exactly what they needed. Did you guys have any problems?
yeah, when I was a kid, I had buku issues all the time, but like I did them all first try, no problem this time.
Isaac?
Yeah, I mean, I one-shotted those. It was easy.
I don't know if I believe Isaac.
Yeah, I died.
What? How did you die taking pictures?
I'm just kidding.
Well, no. I'm going to actually give Isaac credit on this one because I died too in this part because that guy, because you have to go to the side of Metal Gear to get a picture of the Marines, and there's that one guy standing there.
Oh.
And I think I shot him with the tranq gun in the arm on accident, and he saw me and then alerted everybody else before I could get to him.
Well,
So that's where I died.
I actually didn't die, so you're alone on that one.
Isaac actually...
Well, you know, I'm not even ashamed.
Isaac took a picture that was so bad when he uploaded it to Otacon that Otacon was just like, I'm going to have to fucking kill
I'm
you.
gonna kill you. No, it's like when you take a picture and it's a good one, it'll, I guess, Otacon will be like, nice, or good one.
Yeah.
How can you see them?
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's Snake. Snake takes it and goes,
Oh,
nice.
that's right.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. That makes more sense then.
But yeah, if you take a bad one, it's just game over.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It just says you're a terrible photographer
secret battle with Otacon to see.
for shot composition. But yeah. So once we get the photos uploaded, what
Rule of
happens
thirds.
next?
Sorry. You have a secret boss battle with a rule of thirds is what happens next. No, what happens next is you upload the pictures and the speech ends, and then you just hear somebody clapping for the speech, and it's fucking Ocelot coming to be Ocelot.
With the best monologue ever.
Oh my god, with his fucking British accent that doesn't make sense given we know that he doesn't have one in earlier games.
Yeah, he's got like a weird British accent mixed with like a raspiness. So
Yeah.
It was like that. It was like that in 1 as well.
Yeah, it's like this weird like mark of the silver tongue. Like it's really weird.
It's weird, like, it's because, like you, I've been playing Metal Gear Solid 5, too, and it's weird going to this from Troy Baker.
Yeah, because it's just Troy Baker playing Troy Baker.
Right, for sure.
It even looks like Troy Baker. Like, they should have just called it Troy Baker.
It's like, this is your support character, Troy Baker.
Hideo Kojima's in it as himself, so why not? But yeah, so... essentially, Ocelot comes out and lets everyone know, both Russian and American and Snake, that he doesn't give a fuck and he's stealing Metal Gear. Isaac, walk me through it.
Hey.
What'd you think?
About the
What happened?
cutscene?
Yeah, what happened? What'd he do?
Well, all right. So, I guess the Russian guy, Goose
Sergey.
something. What's his name?
Sergey.
Gustafowitz.
Gustafowitz? What is his last name?
Christoph Waltz.
Sergey Christoph Waltz. Gerlukovich.
Sergei Gerlukovich.
Grulikovich, yeah. Him and Revolver were, well, he thought Revolver was scheming with him, but then Revolver turns on everybody.
As he does.
As he does. And he does this crazy shootout thing, which I thought was pretty... Did he... Okay, so did he kill the commander guy and Gerlukovich?
Yeah,
Because...
I'm not sure if it's the bullets that kill them or if it's like a combination of that and him blowing through the boat with Metal Gear.
Oh.
I can't remember. Do you guys
Yeah.
remember offhand, Sam?
Wait, what? One more time?
Whenever Revolver Ocelot's going all crazy with the guns, does he just straight blow away Sergey and the Marine speaker? Or is it the Metal Gear that kills them?
No, he
Well-
shoots them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember because Sergey has the speaker, and he shoves him into Revolver, but then Revolver like does some weird, crazy move,
Gun
and he
tricks.
Well, because the whole
shoots.
thing is Sergei is holding him hostage
Yeah.
that's right.
to try and get the Marines to not shoot him, and then Ocelot's like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah, it just kills everybody. Isaac, what did you think of the crazy arm, and what crazy arm am I talking about?
Revolver's arm.
Oh, what happened?
Is it, though?
Tell the listener, if they've never played this game, what's going on with this arm. If they've listened to all of our episodes to this point.
What? I'm trying to remember now.
Liquid.
Oh, that's right. This one was screwy because this was late at night, and I was so somehow he does something with Liquid's arm and attaches it to himself, and it's like taking over him. I don't know. I couldn't really.
It's weird. It's
Maybe you guys can. You probably know exactly what's going on, but from my point of view, I was like, how did this happen?
I'm pretty sure everybody's saying that.
Essentially, it's not just you. It's
Okay.
us, too.
Okay,
Because
good.
essentially, Liquid's arm was replaced, or Ocelot's arm that he lost in Metal Gear Solid 1 was replaced with Liquid's arm, and it is now controlling him sometimes. So, like, he'll snap into, like, Liquid is doing his monologues at Snake, but then he'll snap back into Ocelot. But
And the
Revolver
fingers go all
Liquid
crazy.
Ocelot starts stealing Metal Gear.
Did they ever explain why, of all the fucking arms, that they picked Liquid's arm to put onto him?
I don't know. They may explain it later, but I don't remember.
Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, so they get inside of what clearly looks like a Zone of the Enders mech. And Ocelot just rips shit up. And for all intents and purposes, guys, it doesn't look very positive for Solid Snake.
No, it doesn't. Now, okay. So, Liquid's ripping up, or Ocelot's ripping up the shit with Ray, right? And he busts out of the ship, and this is why I asked if they added scenes for Substance, because there's like this part where like Ray like leaves the ship and he does like a fucking backflip off of the ship and dives into the water.
Oh no, that's in the original.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah. Also, the crazy loud like laser thing.
And it's just like, and I finally figured out like he cuts the thing with his like hydro cutter. But when I was younger, I never understood that he dunked his head underwater to sort of fill his like laser up with water.
Yep, he had
But, like, that's what he was doing.
lasers.
Yeah, he's a fire in his laser.
I remember as the first time that I played it, I was very confused as to where the cockpit on the Metal Gear was.
Yeah.
Because when the mouth opens up, shouldn't that be where Ocelot is sitting?
Theoretically.
So is it shooting lasers out of Ocelot?
It's the arm.
Oh, that's right. It is the arm.
Ocelot's laser powered now because of the arm.
Yep, he's got a Mega
But
Man
yeah,
arm.
so Ocelot's. I just played it and I don't remember the conversation, but like Ocelot's having a conversation with Solidus while he's escaping about like how the plans are like intact, and I guess like something about Snake. I don't quite remember.
Yeah, I can't recall. Isaac, do you have a... I don't have it in my notes. Do you have a sharper memory of that conversation, or was it lost to the lateness of the evening?
It was lost to the not understanding what Ocelot was doing with Liquid's arm.
Essentially, he was having a bad guy powwow with Solidus on the radio about what he was doing.
Yeah. Well, and I will say this too, and it's not just... I don't know, it'll be interesting because... So Sam and I have played it and beat it a couple times, but looking through like the Wikipedia article right now, and I knew this, but I didn't knew it to the extent that it happened, but apparently a lot of the criticisms that this game received when it first came out, for all the praise that it got, was that not only the new protagonist, which we're going to talk about next episode, but just how the game decides to kind of essentially take the Psycho Mantis shit from MGS1 and make a whole game like that.
Yeah.
People seem to be really not upset, but I don't know. I get all these weird. I remember official Xbox magazine when they did Substance. They had a review and they described it, and this really bothered me for some reason growing up because I thought it was easy to follow. They described the plot of MGS2 as incomprehensible, and I just remember the game getting a lot of like initial reviews of like 7.6, 7.8 for like its crazy out there story that people were just like, oh, I don't play it for the story, even though a majority of the game is story.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. But then in recent years, obviously the game has a much improved reputation.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see Isaac's kind of first blush takeaway, because I feel like I'm so far removed from that at this point, just from having played it so much. But
yeah, and I feel the same way. It's just kind of like I'm so attuned to the story at this point that it doesn't matter to me. Like all this shit is normal after what I've seen.
Yeah. Totally. Where did you guys I don't know if you guys can project into this sort of mindset, but when you first kind of played this, where did you guys expect it to go from here?
I don't know, because they definitely like lead with the idea that Snake is pretty much for dead. So it's kind of like I don't really know, because this is something also we'll get into next episode. But it's like you go into the next section and Colonel Campbell is asking you if you remember the tanker incident that you just played. And you're hearing this voice of some weird dude that you've never heard before.
Yeah, and it's 2 years later.
Yeah. So it's kind of just like, well, what the fuck is going on?
Totally. Isaac, how did you feel about the conclusion to the tanker?
It was. I had no idea what they were gonna do after the fact because it was just like, I mean, that could have been. I guess it was the end of a game. It was the end of the demo.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I don't know where they're gonna go from here.
Because Isaac, because you were aware of Raiden as a character being the playable character before you played, right?
I was aware, but I totally forgot that you were gonna play him in this game. And so, actually, when the second part, the plant part, started, I had a lapse and I totally thought that was Snake.
Nice.
And
so it worked.
Exactly, yeah. It worked. And so I was like, wait, that guy's voice sounds very whiny
Nasally
for
and
Snake.
annoying?
Yeah.
Effeminate?
Yeah, that's the word. It sounded like he had a lisp, and I was like, wait, Snake? Can't be right.
Poor Quentin Flynn.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
I love Quentin Flynn. Man.
Boy, do I.
So I guess...
He's got a tight ass.
Oh, my...
Not as tight as Snake's.
He's not as tight as Snake's.
Raiden has a nice little tight booty, but I'm just going to go and say Snake's got like a fat ass.
Oh my god. Can we be done?
Can
we be done?
Do you guys have any final sort of wrap-up thoughts on the tanker? As Isaac mentioned, that is where the demo ends. Not a lot of major differences between the demo and this, other than some sort of item placement stuff. The FAMAS is actually in the demo, and it's not in this game at all.
Is it really?
Yeah, and I think some portions have a little bit more detail, like the little, which we didn't touch on this, the little optional little fruit pantry that you can find has a little bit more detail. And there's just little things here and there that are different. But
why would you need a FAMAS in the tanker?
I don't know. And I can't even remember if it's just in the demo or if it's like you can Game Shark the demo. And I think it might have been like a Game Shark cheat for the demo.
Huh.
But I don't know. But yeah, did you guys have any sort of wrap up? Like, that's a wrap on the tanker. Like, what you got?
Isaac, you can...
I would say it's a pineapple.
Okay.
With like 5.56ers or...
A
Pineapple
very
out of
tart
what?
pineapple. It's sweet, but if you eat too much of it, it leaves a little,
Nasty aftertaste?
yeah, a little burn. It gives you the burn, but in a good way. In a
The
good
burn
way.
for more Metal Gear.
I don't know how to process that analogy in my brain. So I'm just going to say I agree.
Perfect.
I think I found it more... I don't know. It was more like a mushroom cap to me. You know what I mean?
Just the cap.
Just the cap part. Just
I don't...
full of mystery and weird spongy dark matter that I'm not really sure why it's that way. But the outside is solid and consistent.
Solid.
Just, something stable with a little bit of extra something on the inside.
Ooh. I'm going to say that it's like a cat because it's like really cool and soft and like fluffy and ready to go, but like if you test it too much, it's going to fucking assault you.
I can get into that.
And it does whatever it wants.
Yeah, it does whatever it wants.
Oh,
I don't know what the fuck we're doing anymore. Can you be done, please?
Hell yeah. I thoroughly enjoy this game. Every time I come back to it, I'm just like, fuck, I forgot how good the second game is. I think it's kind of, and we're going to see this as we continue, this is kind of the pinnacle of what the original style Metal Gear can do. Mm-hmm. By the time we get to 3, I mean, the original release of 3 was panned because of how shitty the camera was. And so they ended up having to like redo the whole camera system and everything. Yep. So this is kind of the end of classic kind of top-down Metal Gear. Mm-hmm. And I think this is about as far as you can push it before you have to kind of start changing it.
Yeah. I can get
And
behind
also-
that.
Yeah, I agree.
It's pretty good. But yeah, guys.
Before we go, I want to throw. We don't have to answer this question or delve into it, but it's a question that I had the first time I played it. Where the fuck is Meryl? You know, just because like you start the game off and it's you and Otacon, and like I distinctly remember us talking about how like the canon ending is him riding off into sunset with Meryl. And, like, she's just not anywhere. So.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, wasn't it depending on the torture scene, you got either Otacon
Well, yeah.
or Meryl?
Yeah. Which is why I always thought that, like, leaving with Otacon was the canon ending because, like, you start the game, you start 2 off with Otacon as your partner. But, like, I guess the canon ending is to not submit and save Meryl. But where the fuck is Meryl? And then they just never, they kind of like sneak little hints about her, like in the game, but you never really hear from her or hear about her at all.
I have one request for you guys. When you finish the game, you have to go into the main menu and go under the optional settings. There's a whole mode called Casting Theater.
Oh my god, yes.
Where you can recast
Oh, yes.
character
All the
models
scenes,
for
yeah.
for the cutscenes as whoever the fuck you want.
What?
Yeah.
And it's
I've got a
amazing.
story about that whenever we get to whenever we meet Vamp for the first time.
Oh, dude, it's so good. And you can use like MGS1 character models or MGS2 character models. And there's a bunch of character models that like aren't even in the game. Mm-hmm. So it's crazy. But yeah, there's a lot of shit in this game when we get done with the main game. So I'm excited. But anyway, sort of admin, final sort of stuff. Let me just run through this. Sam, I hear that the pages have been brought together, that you have unified and brought peace to the Middle East.
I've brought East and West together. Before our Facebook pages, we had 2 different ones. There was one for Geek Time as a whole, and then there was one for Geek Time Podcast, which originally was just for the Geek Time Podcast. But as we've sort of started shifting into doing kind of our network thing, and as we kind of are posting the exact same thing on both pages, I took it upon myself to just kind of merge the 2 pages. And that finally went through this morning, the morning that we're recording this. So if you want, you can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/geektimepod. So that's just our one page now. You can also go on Twitter, and our Twitter there is at GeekTimePod as well. Very
cool. Yeah, you can also check us out on SoundCloud, which I believe is soundcloud.com/geektimepod. And please rate and review us on iTunes. That helps us get exposure, and it helps us essentially continue to be a part of the Apple ecosystem, and it helps get us sort of up on any sort of weird charts. We really want to make a habit of starting to read some of those reviews. So really quickly, I'm going to pull up a recent one that we just got. Bear with me for one quick moment.
I actually think, hold on a second, I think I have it pulled up.
Here we are. So the last review that we got was by a user named Reckless600, and his subject line is Mondays, and it's 5 stars, and he says, "This is so great, I can't stop listening." So I just want to thank you, Reckless600, from the bottom of our collective soul.
Whoever you may be.
Yeah, we really enjoy
Reckless 600, forever may he reign.
it. Oh.
I don't know any of that. I just know the Requiem part.
Oh, you're fine.
It's mumbled.
But yeah, no, it was fun. Hold on, guys. I think I just discovered a feud.
A feud?
I think I just discovered a feud.
A feud. Between
So
who?
there is a podcast called The Mopcast Network. If you Google search Metal Gear Mondays.
Oh, no.
And they have, oh man, guys. They have 2 episodes of their show called Memory Card Radio Metal Gear Mondays 001 and Metal Gear Mondays 002.
Oh, no.
And the last episode came out November 3rd of this year.
What?
Oh, so they're like chomping our flavor?
Oh, John, Max, and Eric. Here's the description for the episode. John, Max, and Eric finish up Metal Gear and move on to the best game that has ever been made, a.k.a. Metal Beer.
Metal Beer?
Yeah. So
What are these fools even doing? We need to reach out to them and tell them to stop chomping our flavor.
I need to listen to this show. Oh, cool. So their first part of their Metal Gear memory card thing came out October 25th, and then the second part came out on November 3rd. So, I don't know. Let's check it out. Quick shout out to these other guys.
Yeah, we don't even know if it's good or not.
Yeah, we don't know if it's good or not, so try it. And let us know if it's good or not in our ratings and reviews on iTunes.
Yeah, no. Leave us a 5-star review and tell us if their podcast is any good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that's interesting. Anyway, calling out competition aside, yeah, that's pretty much all those things. By the time you listen to this, Sam Wright and myself will have gone to the Ohio Game Developers Expo and potentially may have met Gary Butterfield and Cole Ross of the DuckFeed.tv podcast network. So, and done some little crazy side projects. So it'll be interesting. And please check out the Geek Time website, which is geekti.me, to keep posted on any of that good stuff. And yeah, definitely refer us to your friends if you get any Metal Gear fanboys and girls in your social network. Shoot us a share. And yeah, Isaac,
Hi.
what should the little snakes at home remember?
Always play nice and be yourself.
Just a buck.